All right, good evening and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me for the talk. My name is Anurag. I'm a software engineer at Intuit with QuickBooks Capital team. We are building the data capabilities and platform for supporting lending services at Intuit. And today I'm excited to share how Intuit is now building a privacy-safe lending marketplace to empower our small businesses within the QuickBooks ecosystem. And I'll also talk about how Databricks Clean Rooms proved out to be a technology enabler in their journey. To set the stage, I would like to quickly introduce Intuit. We are a global technology platform delivering various financial products and services for millions of small businesses and consumers across the world. Many of you might know us through products like TurboTax, Credit Karma, QuickBooks, and MailChimp. We are working at a significant scale, serving around 10 million small and mid-sized businesses, 87 million consumers, and annually around $2 trillion in invoices are managed through our platform. So the ecosystem is vast. We are supporting our customers in various aspects of their financial journey, including acquiring customers, managing their accounts and books, paying the employees, their options to bill, pay, and manage invoices. And the most important topic for today's discussion, to also get access to capital. Within the Intuit lending platform, we have capabilities of direct lending and providing financial access to our customers through various offerings. For example, we have term loan, which is a lump sum capital infusion, which typically goes up to $200,000 in funding, and it's repaid over regular payments ranging over terms from 6 months to 24 months. There is also a more flexible line of credit offering, which allows businesses to draw funds as per their needs, and you only pay interest on the amount that has been used. So all the offerings within the Intuit lending platform get a lot of benefit from the seamless integration we have across our QuickBooks ecosystem. We have built more than 1,000 features to support various stages of a lending process, which starts from finding the eligible customers to then sending out personalized marketing campaigns to them, and then also to make their origination and loan underwriting process really seamless. This data also enables us to, which is I'm proud of, to make quick decisions. More than 85% of our incoming applications are auto-decisioned within 1 minute. And once you're approved, usually the funding would happen in the next 1 to 2 business days. However, given the million of SMBs we support, they have diverse needs and different funding requirements, which cannot be all met through the direct lending options. And that's why we have established the marketplace platform. It's an ecosystem that connects our QBO businesses with a network of external lenders. And once you go through a quick application process, you could receive multiple offers from various external lenders. The biggest benefit of this offering is in the kind of financing options you get. For example, small businesses looking for larger loans or trying to have specific requirements on, they want to fund, for example, the equipment financing. Those cannot be met through direct lending, and so marketplace comes into place. And this is going to be our agenda for today. I'll go over how we are improving the experience for our customers on the marketplace experience, our requirements around data sharing and collaboration with our external partners, and how Databricks Clean Rooms came out to be a technology enabler for that. I'll share our architecture and then finish with sharing some amazing results. All right, so on a start with a quick background on what the version 1 of this marketplace experience looked like for our customers. They usually start with an initial questionnaire, a small application providing their KYC, KYB information, which then goes through an offer aggregation process. We send this information to multiple lenders, and they're able to come back with initial offers for these customers. Customers then are able to compare all these offers and pick whatever fits their need the best. Once they click on it, they're then transferred to the partner website. So in this whole process, there are multiple key challenges that we were trying to solve, both for our customers and the partners. So from a customer perspective, the application process is tedious. They're going through multiple applications, and there are no guarantees of getting offers even after that. Those who are actually getting offers sometimes also don't like those offers in terms and amounts that the partners are offering them. From the partner perspective, it's a complex onboarding process. Customers who are reaching their website often has to go through another round of application, providing more documents. And so this quickly adds up to the high acquisition cost. So we wanted to solve all these inefficiencies with this version, and that's where our vision for Marketplace 2.0 comes in. We are trying to evolve from being a simple listing of preliminary offers from our partners to a more intelligent data and AI-driven platform, which are giving benefits to both our customers and partners. For customers who choose to give consent on using their QuickBooks data to empower their applications, they are now able to receive more relevant, often pre-qualified, and more personalized offers from our partners. On the other hand, our partners are now able to collaborate and get access to consented QBO insights and attributes, which gives them ability to analyze larger risk profile patterns across the QBO ecosystem. They are able to perform training and deploy AI models for better prospecting, and instead of just giving preliminary offers, actually give more targeted offers with accurate risk pricing. The image here shows an example of how customers now have access to more funding options through marketplace partners, along with our direct lending term loan offer. All right, so in trying to improve the experience of our customers on the lending marketplace experience, we started talking to our partners and quickly realized in order to first improve the application process for our customers, there was a high interest in getting access to QBO insights and attributes. And so first we thought of sharing non-PII and anonymized data with our partners through something like setting up API integrations. But this idea quickly changed into a more advanced B2B collaboration idea, where we wanted to make sure our partners have access to more data, but they're also able to deploy more advanced AI ML prospecting models in secure ways. So we started exploring what are the options to do that, and started looking at some of the ways that has been done in the industry. And I have a few examples of it. There are more, definitely, but I picked a few examples to talk about these traditional systems and explain some inefficiencies that you would notice in doing collaborations with external partners, especially when you're building complex AI ML use cases. For example, if you're trying to just do data sharing through encrypted channels like SFTP or FTPS, the data is secure because you're encrypting and also sending it over secure networks. But the real risk is when it reaches the other side, the data is encrypted and multiple copies could be made of it. So you're really relying on the security posture of the other party. You could be doing it through APIs. You have more access on what you're sharing. You have more control on what you're sharing. And there are layers of authorization and authentication built in. But think of the overhead goes into collaborating with multiple partners and maintaining and improving these APIs over time. There are more niche use cases where the systems would require more compatible structure and expertise to get the collaborations working. For example, federated learning, where you're training decentralized data sets, or multi-party computations, where you're actually training your models on private inputs and only choose to share the outputs with each other. Along with all the technical complexities, there are also some key considerations that come into picture when you start talking and involving more stakeholders into this strategy. For example, talking to legal, compliance, security, you would see questions like, hey, how are we going to control access to the data? Will there be enough auditing on that? Will the data get copied? How are we controlling PII information? And will we remain compliant with regulations like GDPR, right? So we need to make sure when we are getting into collaborations like these, any kind of personal and sensitive data is kept safe from unauthorized access. There needs to be enough transparency and control on who's accessing the data and how the data is being used, transformed, or shared across multiple parties. All right, so both of these, the technical challenges and the considerations, really crystallize down into a lot of operational challenges in working with the traditional systems. So I would like to get your attention on this image here. Two parties, partner A, partner B, trying to share data with each other. The data layer is the analytical layer. It includes tech stack, where you're talking about data lakes, notebooks, Python, Jupyter notebooks. Service layer, on the other hand, has components like transactional databases. You're building microservices, or you have SFTP clients, things like those. And in practicality, the teams that work across these two layers are very different in their skill sets. On the data layer, we're talking about data scientists, analysts, BI people. On the service layer, you would need someone from a software engineering background to support these components. So imagine partner A trying to share data with B. The data would originate in the data lake in quadrant 1 of this image. And to then share it across APIs between partners, you would have to make a copy of it or move it to our transactional database, for example, a MySQL database. And then an API would serve it to the partner, which then gets ingested on their side to only then get pushed back down into their side of data lake. This up, over, down movement of the data is really inefficient. The workflows are fragmented. And not just the cost and complexity of it, but think about the risk of the data getting stale in this whole process. So that's where we need to think about a new data collaboration strategy. And that's where the clean rooms come in. So clean rooms are closed loop environments where multiple parties can seamlessly collaborate with each other. And all this has to happen while also safeguarding any kind of sensitive information and saving any kind of preserving IP secrets with each other while you're in the collaboration. So contrast this image with the previous one. We have completely removed the requirement for data movement across multiple service layers. Two parties, partner A, partner B, can securely join a centralized clean room environment. They can share live assets, so these are not copies. And then they can be working collaboratively on, for example, building models or deploying notebooks. And everything has to be running in safe and secure clean room environments. Okay, so we started learning more about the clean room market. And based off of what our requirements were for lending marketplace, we realized Databricks had a lot of key points fitting that need. For example, we wanted to make sure our partners are able to not just do simple analytics or SQL-based queries, but to also build complex models. So Databricks integration across Lakehouse provided capabilities for unified analytics and AI/ML use cases. One of the major requirements was to also be able to quickly work with partners that could be on various kind of clouds, regions, and platforms. So the openness and interoperability that you get with data sharing behind the scene is amazing. We need to be able to put in fine-grained access controls, Unity catalog. And overall, I think one of the most important thing is to be able to safeguard your own IP or proprietary data when you are collaborating with different parties. So that's where having notebooks and seamless integration with the rest of Databricks workspace environments gives us a customizable workflow environment. And before we move ahead, I think I would want to talk about how underlying all the capabilities that you get in Databricks Clean Rooms is data sharing. It's an open standard for sharing live data directly from your lakehouse, and this does not involve any kind of replication that would happen when you're working with multiple parties. So looking at this image, our data provider can add assets like tables, and within those tables you could actually share certain partitions, views of it, and you can control even row level and column level information getting shared with the other party. You could share AI models. You could save your IP data when put inside a volume, so share the volume. On the data recipient side, the biggest benefit is you could be on any kind of cloud or platform, right? So, and this truly enables you to do complex but also very flexible use cases. For example, you could be doing a data science model, or you could just be doing a simple exploratory analysis. All right, so revisiting some of the traditional ways we talked about and how Databricks Clean Rooms were able to overcome those. A big issue was with data copies on your partner side and the post-sharing risk. With delta sharing, you're not doing that anymore, especially in the clean rooms. The data get actually pulled at the time of execution. The whole analytics environment is seamlessly integrated, so there is no need for moving data across different layers and including high engineering costs. Another one I want to point out here is the serverless compute. So when you're working in clean rooms, everything gets computed within a central clean room environment, which is a serverless compute environment, and it's all managed centrally by Databricks. So it gives you the benefit of isolated scaling as well. All right, so next I'll talk about our architecture and building the version 2 of lending marketplace experience. And let's look at how does a practical collaboration roll out in practicality when working with different parties. So the phase 1 is agreements and onboarding. This is where you would work with your partners in establishing data sharing agreements. If your partners are not existing Databricks client, you would go through a express account creation, and then both the parties could invite each other to clean rooms. You would add assets to the clean room and provide grants and permissions on who could use it and how to share those. One of the major aspects is to also make sure you're applying enough privacy enhancement techniques on the data that you're sharing in clean rooms, and I'll talk more on that. The next phase is where multiple parties could get into analysis or training models within the clean rooms. You could refine code, train models without exposing any raw data. And once the models are validated and ready to be deployed, the last phase is to actually put all the notebooks within the clean rooms on a scheduled job deployment. And the outputs generated out of these clean rooms are then controlled and shared back with the catalog that you want it to be, or the party that you want to see the results for. Again, we want to make sure there are enough privacy enhancing techniques applied on the output coming from the clean rooms. And since I mentioned it, I want to make sure privacy is not an afterthought. It's taken care of by the clean room owners to make sure data going in and coming out of any kind of execution in the clean rooms is protected. And we are making sure there is no PII re-identification that could happen on the results of running any execution. There are various ways of doing it, and really depends on what phase you are in the collaboration. For example, an early collaboration could just be a matching exercise between different partners, and you could do it all on encrypted data using homomorphic encryption. Data minimization and anonymization is mostly just a basic sanity check. You want to make sure what you're sharing in the clean rooms is only the necessary data, and any kind of direct identifiers have been removed. There are more advanced techniques you could apply to then add obscure noise to make sure any kind of re-identification is not possible, or an individual contribution cannot be caught, while also preserving the aggregated outputs. All right, so this is an illustration of how a collaboration between Intuit and an external partner would look like. Intuit is able to share multiple assets, for example here, insights and attributes, which go through a first round of privacy enhancements. Then it also, depending on the contract you have with your partners, it goes through a partner configuration check and making sure you're only sharing the right set of attributes. This is done through views created on top of the tables. You could then connect it through Unity catalog to the clean rooms. So there is fine-grained access control and auditing coming out of the box here. Partner A, on the other side, can choose to do the same. They're able to bring in their own set of assets, including, like, for example, a history table, and they're safeguarding their models and secrets within secure AI volumes. Again, this is connected to clean rooms via delta sharing Unity catalog, which is a standard when you're working in clean rooms. Both the parties can now work on mutually approved notebooks. They go through the lifecycle of refining their code, making sure everything is being worked in a no trust model, where any code changes submitted by partner A have to be approved by the other party before it can go into an execution. Yeah, so Intuit has to approve and then also set up execution on these notebooks. The results coming out of these notebooks can then be chosen to go to your desired catalog. For in this example, it goes back to the Intuit catalog. All right, another thing to make sure our partners had a way to do quick analytics without actually going through the whole cycle of understanding clean rooms and understanding the flow that has to happen, was to implement notebook templates. There are two ways we achieved this. One is self-serve aggregate analysis. Intuit was able to create these template placeholders where partners could plug in their simple, for example, pre-screening checks or simple knockout rules to make sure they're able to use our data assets without getting direct access to it. And we also made sure the output coming out of these analyses were always aggregated. The other way of achieving this was through curated template queries, which is essentially a group of hidden assets within the clean rooms. These are pre-approved, compliance-approved SQL query templates. partners do not get to see what is inside these templates, but they can execute it. So it's really useful when you're trying to just look at the broader analytics or insights you want to share with your partners. All right. One of the powerful aspects of using Databricks platform is its API first. And we really utilize that in automating all the clean room workflows. We wanted to make sure any new partner onboarding was seamless and we do not have to repeat the cycle. So we utilize 4 different sets of APIs to do this automation, starting from creating clean rooms to then adding right permissions on all clean room objects. This can be done through Databricks Clean Room APIs. Next, you would want to invite and add your partners to these clean rooms. This can be done through Clean Room APIs. Unity Catalog APIs then allows you to start adding assets in these clean rooms and specifically provide the right grants and permissions. Workspace APIs then would allow you to programmatically work with the notebooks to make any changes or approve those changes. And lastly, when you're trying to set up these approved notebooks and automate your jobs, this can be done through, again, Databricks or workflow APIs. Also, accountability and transparency are non-negotiable. So one thing you would want to do is to leverage Unity Catalog system tables to track any kind of changes within the clean rooms. For example, system.access.cleanroom events is one of those tables where you could track any changes on the clean room assets, including was there a change on the notebook, was there a job change, did someone make a change on the data assets, things like those. Another requirement for us was to be able to do cost attribution to track who is running different jobs within the clean rooms, who's adding new assets, and all that can be done through another system table, system billing usage. One of the pattern that we really ended up liking was to be able to apply custom tags to your jobs and clusters built in the clean rooms. So essentially, you're getting all the logs that you would require to set up any kind of monitoring or alerts for things happening inside in the clean room. So this gives you a lot of visibility and tracking. All right, finally, I would like to share some results of our lending marketplace experience. We are a proud partner. We participated in the GA launch for Databricks Clean Rooms earlier this year. And since then, we've onboarded 2 lending partners which are live in production. We have seen successful implementation of several use cases, including rule-based policies or simple knockout rule implementations to actually complex ML use cases where our customers are prospecting QuickBooks customer base and providing more targeted offers. And I would like to end how Harith mentioned it in the quote. Databricks Clean Rooms has enabled privacy-centric and security-forward collaboration within our lending marketplace, which is truly expanding the opportunities our SMBs are getting in terms of fulfilling their financial needs and truly driving their growth and prosperity. And that's it. Thank you.